Hey everyone, it's Jen. Today we're gonna make Kalua Pig, one of my signature dishes, very classic Hawaiian dish. When you go to the luau's, they bury the pig in the ground and it comes out super smoky and super tender and moist and juicy. Well, we're gonna do that in a very easy, I wouldn't say quick, but low effort way, simple ingredients, but always comes out perfect. All right, so what I've got here is just a whole bone-in pork shoulder. You can use whatever pork butt, pork shoulder, whatever they've got. Some really nice smoky hardwood smoked bacon. That'll give it the smoky flavor. And then you just need some salt and garlic. And then we'll finish off with the traditional cabbage. So the first thing that we're gonna do is prep all of our garlic. You need, for this size of a pork butt, I would say about 2 whole heads of garlic. And so we're just gonna peel all of that up. So now that our garlic is all peeled, we're gonna chop them into smaller chunks and prep our roast. You want them just in about half clove sized chunks. Maybe a little smaller if they're really big. And then we just stab and spread them all into the pork. So you make some little knife cuts, nice and even all the way around, and insert your garlic into the holes. Already recorded. All right, once you've got it evenly dispersed in all of the sides, you want to stuff it in there. Make sure you've got all the sides and flip. Make sure we get it on the other side as well. This is where all that flavor is going to come in. All right, so we're gonna take our crock pot, and that's what makes this recipe so simple, is you just throw everything in the pot and let it go. We're gonna line the bottom of the pot with some bacon. Again, that's what gives it that smoky flavor and will help that fat render and get it nice and juicy. So just lay the bottom with your bacon. All right, and then the last piece to finishing this off before we start on turn on our slow cooker is just salt. And you want to salt very liberally. It's about 3/4 of a teaspoon per pound. This is a 9-pound roast, but we just want to sprinkle. Kalua Pig is salty, but we can always adjust the salt afterwards. So just sprinkle liberally. Give it a flip. Rub that all in. Now this recipe also works for a really good pulled pork. You can do just a little bit less salt going in and finish it with some barbecue sauce and you've got an amazing pulled pork. But if you want it Kalua Pig style, we like it a little bit saltier. And that's it. We transfer it in. Fat side up, so that way all of that nice fat just melts and makes it juicy and coats and bastes the pork as it cooks. And that's it. You just put on the lid and let it go. So depending on how much time you have, you can let it go on high for about 4 to 5 hours or on low for about 8 to 12, depending. You can't mess it up. It's slow cooking, so you can just let it go for a long time. I like to leave it overnight. You get some nice meat sweats and meat dreams while it's cooking, because all the nice smells come up to your bedroom and fill your whole house. But just let it go. All right, while our pork is almost ready, we want to prep our cabbage. And so we just want to take some slices and do it into shreds. Since I have about 9 pounds of pork, I'm probably going to take this whole head of cabbage. I like to just prep it all so I can measure and make sure that it's the right amount of cabbage to pork ratio. So I'll end up just cutting it all. All right, now that our pork is done, we're gonna pull it. So what I like to do, since I have the bone-in pork shoulder, there's this layer of fat over it. So I'm gonna take out the bone and take off the fat, and then we'll start to pull. Now if the pork is a little too wet like this, you can always pull out the extra juice. So we just add the cabbage, mix, and you're ready to serve. And there you have it, Hawaiian style Kalua Pig.